Slide in, just kind of invert, kind of scoot in. That would help us out. Just make sure we have plenty
Oh, yeah.
We just need everyone to sit down. Come in. And if you're early, you're going to get better seats. That's just the way the cookie crumbles there. That's your presentation. Okay, I've got a seat here. I've got a seat here. Yeah, move in. I don't want to open that door. So I don't want to open that up if I don't need to. Let's see. We're gonna open it. I just kind of. Okay. We just go with the flow, right? I just hope you have enough cover. Otherwise, I won't get reimbursed for It's October 19th. We especially want to welcome the guests that are here. We are so grateful that you're here, and you will be totally excited about what you're going to learn. And I'm just grateful to be here. And thank you. It's a treasure to meet each of you and to know most of you. And so, welcome. I'm Linda, by the way. Forgot to introduce myself. It's called a senior moment. Okay. So I am so excited about who you're going to hear and talk to, and I'm going to introduce Dave Dove. I love working with him. I'm usually at the office nearly every day, right, Dave?
Yes.
Nearly every
We're
day.
always there.
And so, welcome again. Dave is going to be the moderator and make sure everything goes well. It's all his fault.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Give it up. She comes to the office every day to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So she's really the mother of the office. So anyway, welcome you guys. My name is Dave Dove. Again, for those who don't know, they call me Double D. A couple reasons. Dave Dove. And then, joke's getting really worn out. But thank you. Thank you. I do think I'm funny. So for those that have never heard my story real briefly, I have a beautiful family, I have a beautiful wife, and I have two daughters, Deborah and Daly. I have a son named Dylan, and he went out and married a Dalen. So check that out, kind of cool. And then we had our grandbaby, and then they named the grandbaby Ledger. We'll figure that one out. So anyway, that wasn't very funny either. So we're super excited to have you guys here. We always love doing these, especially to spread the word and what we're doing, because we're really doing something that's unlike anything you've ever seen before. We are literally changing the world the way the world saves and makes money. And I don't know about you guys, but how would you like to save more than you ever spend on anything in life that you spend money on? How would you like to do it? Raise your hand. Okay, because that's what we're going to share with you today. I mean, we've got people saving thousands and thousands of dollars on different things. And over time, that will get much greater as the bigger we get. We always, as we say, the bigger we get, the better it gets. And so I just want to just tell you that my story is very simple. I was born and raised in a place called Ephraim. You guys know where Ephraim is? Small community. Love the area. Used to be the terrorizer of town myself, and imagine that. 3 of or 4 of us used to go out and terrorize. My dad owned the grocery store in town, and so I learned a long time ago it was all about customer service. It's all about paying it to the, giving it to your customer, to the people that work for you, that type of thing. And so one thing I can tell you, the reason I tell you that story is that our network, the culture that we are creating here, is a culture that, well, we're trying to create that culture, is that we're trying to create a culture of giving and to be able to serve others. And not just serve you as an individual, but serve the community, serve the world in different parts of the world. And you'll see that as we go through the presentation today. We're very fortunate today to actually have one of our master members who are actually going to be doing the presentation for you. When he's done, then we'll take a small break, and we've got some incredible training that's going to take place after the fact. I'm going to share some announcements, and so we'll save those for later. And they're exciting of where we're going as a company and what we're doing. And I think you guys are going to be super excited, especially the ones that are watching the football games while we're in here. And just kidding, Jack. Anyway, I'm just messing with it. Who's winning? Anyway, no. Anyway, we won't take any more time. I'm going to turn the time over to John Johnson. I've gotten to know this guy. I was actually in Atlanta this last week. We were down in Atlanta. We did our first Atlanta meeting. It was amazing. We ended up having quite a few people there. I think we were about this a little bit bigger than what we have right now in here, and we had a whole bunch online. And we apologize for the online people because we are. if we can actually put something on like this, then anybody can build this business. Because we know our sound is not always the greatest, but today the sound should be amazing because of Delwyn, and so I want to give it up for Delwyn because he's always got the sound. I also want to give it up before I do turn to John real quick, so failed to mention. Jeremy actually held a Spanish meeting earlier around the world and here. So give it up for Jeremy, our national member. This is Linda and her staff and everybody helping out there. We had people helping them check in, and she's the one that's really, like I said, the mother of the office. So she made sure that this happened. So, but anyway, I don't want to hold back any more time here. So let's give it up for Mr. John Johnson. So give it up for him. No, you don't even need to point.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Even better. Dumb it down for Mr. Johnson. I love it. Awesome. All right, how's everybody doing this morning? Ready to learn some stuff? Learn how to save some money? Awesome. Well, before I get started, I just want to thank everybody last week or so in Atlanta. That was a lot of fun. We had a great group of people flying. We were in Atlanta. We had somebody flying from New York. We had people driving in from Florida and all over the place. This is a community. It's growing like crazy. I like to call it a brotherhood, a movement, whatever you want to call it. But that's what it is. It is absolutely amazing. But this week, we're in Utah, my favorite place, my first home. Atlanta's my second home. Utah, home of the mountains, the Mormons, and the MLMs. It's amazing. I can get baptized at age 8, start my first direct marketing company at age 9. I love it. So, in fact, I got kind of a funny story. I think this really happened, but I had a friend a couple years ago. He was really excited and said, you know what? I have a little 1-year-old, his first word, and usually it's mommy or daddy, and people get all excited. And so his wife hears this little child speak. She's like, get in here, honey, I'm so excited. I was like, say it again. He's like, Amway. That's what he said. Amway. It was so amazing. They had to be so proud. They're thinking either we're going to be really rich, we have to take out a second mortgage to get a third garage to hide all these boxes of unsold product. So, but we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about something different. We're going to talk about a company with the guiding principles, find out where the world is going and get there first. Make more money than you spend. That's always a noble concept, right? Lose your life in the betterment of others. Out of everything that these guys stand for, that's my very favorite right there. I learned a long time ago in business, I don't care what you do. I don't care if it's network marketing. I don't care if you own a gym, whatever it may be. Lose your life in the betterment of others. The people that build large networks and teams, friendships, and business relationships, they understand that. That's what matters more than anything else, because if you actually care about your clients, your customers, your friends, your family, people, they feel it, they can see it, they can sense it, and they want to do business with you. Okay, no matter what you do, I don't care what the product is, what you do, you're always a product. You're the one that matters most. If they want to do business with you, they can overlook other things because they want to work with you because you're honest, you have integrity, all that stuff matters. Our vision, we want to leverage the power of the network, creating the world's largest online savings platform and shifting the power and the money back to the people. That is pretty amazing. I was at a meeting, it's been about a month or so ago, and Trent, one of our founders, he was up there and he said, the banking system in this country is broken and it needs to be fixed. And he really believes that, and that's what the creators do. That's the way they think, and it's awesome. So when we learn about our network, what we're doing, when we talk about the bank, the card, all that kind of stuff, just know that the creators, the founders of this company, they're always thinking about the little guy, about the forgotten man and woman. Okay, all the big builders, they can go out. I don't care what network marketing or any company you're in. If you're one of the big guys, you're going to make money. It's just going to happen. Okay, what about everybody else? And it's just amazing. When I was presented with our network, I did not like network marketing. I've told this before, but it's true. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it worked. I didn't like the way it was set up. We'll get into that a little bit later. But now here I am, part of our network. A big part of our network And I'm having a blast doing this. To be honest with you, I'm having so much fun. But our mission is to introduce our network, membership community, and a social movement. See, I said movement, so I was right. Movement. Everybody catch that? That is providing the opportunity for you to participate with others who are shifting wealth from the big business to the little guy. Right now, we're already in over 80 countries, which is amazing. In a pre-launch state, 80 countries. These gentlemen, way up there at corporate, they're so aggressive, they're excited, they know they've got something very special for all of us. And before we get into the savings, before we get into the comp plan and everything else, what we need to do is learn about where the world's headed, which you'll see here in this video, why we're so excited about it, and we want to get there first. There we go. It's gonna work here. Video's not working. Let's see here. One second here. All right. Give me 1 second here. Technical difficulties always. Awesome Saturday. So it's Adobe. What? It's definitely Adobe.
It looks like the video's there if you hover over it.
We're about to change your financial world. Is it cool? Yeah. Is it convenient? Absolutely. Will it change the way you live? We think so. Welcome to rNetwork's new Rev Card, the last card you will ever need. Check out the power pack technology of Rev Card. Rev Card is the first card to offer an OLED touchscreen. It also includes a biometric fingerprint reader and dynamic EMV chip for unmatched security. Authorized purchases with your fingerprint or through the connected phone app. We've even packed in a mic, speaker, Bluetooth antenna, and GPS chip built right into a card. And it's still the same thickness as a standard credit card. Use it as a standalone card or connect your phone app via the Bluetooth antenna. With all this technology, you'll enjoy a level of convenience and security that no other card can offer. Load multiple cards onto the Rev Card and consolidate everything into one. Gift cards, store loyalty cards, bank cards, and more. Simply choose which card to use and complete your purchase. With Rev Card, you get access to discounts and rewards from over 300,000 partner businesses worldwide. From hotels to restaurants to retail stores. Names like Hilton, Marriott, Coldstone, Domino's, Famous Footwear, Subway, and more. Receive discounts with a single swipe. With the built-in GPS chip, Rev Card recognizes where you're at and shares relevant offers. No need to search for coupon codes or shop for deals. Earn points and rewards on qualifying transactions and then redeem at participating merchants. Need to split dinner or send cash to a friend? Easy enough. Instantly transfer money to any Rev Card holder. Deposit or withdraw cash at over 1 million ATM locations. Pay bills, direct deposit, shop online, all through the power of Rev Card. Now for the best part. As a charter member of our network, not only will you earn rewards and discounts on your own Rev Card purchases, but you'll also earn every time someone in your network swipes. The more they swipe, the more you earn. So don't wait. Become a charter member, start building your network, and start earning.
Perfect. You got it to work. Awesome. That Rev Card is so amazing. Every time I see that video, I think of one word. I think of millennials. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I'm Generation X. It's a little over my head. And I'm actually even starting to get it. The money transfer from card to card, misplaced. You've got the security. You've got all that stuff is so amazing. We've got the bankware chat attached to the security. There's so many things to like about this card. But one thing we need to remember is this. This card, as cool as it is only one product of what our network is. Remember, we're the product. We are the network. As we become larger, we become stronger, this card we get closer and closer to this card. What's amazing is we will continue to receive bigger discounts, better deals, basically build a worldwide presence, and we'll be able to launch with, the way it works is we'll have the app, we'll have the bank, then we'll have the card. And the ability to be able to share merchant fees with the bank is just something that, it's mind-blowing, to be honest with you. I worked with banks for years. I used to sell factoring, accounts receivable financing. And I remember traveling all over the Southeast, and we would get different banks to fund us and things. We'd have to teach loan officers how to do it. And to work with banks, it's not an easy thing. But I can tell you one thing, they just used to gouge us with fees and fees on top of fees on top of fees. And, they make money all sorts of different ways. To be able to even have the opportunity to even get a small part of what those fees may be from a bank, from that big guy, again, we're shifting that balance of power, right? We're shifting that back to the little guy. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I'll tell you one thing, though. Millennials, they're going to love this thing. Every time I pull it out and I explain it to people in their 30s, 20s, or whatever, 35, whatever it may be, they get so darn excited about it. Because one thing I can tell you about millennials, they like things that are quick, they like easy, they like convenient, they like fast, it's instant gratification, it's just crazy. I've raised 6 kids of my own, and I can tell you one thing, it's just, they want it now. They just, whatever it is, they don't like to wait for things. And to be able to have the convenience of this card in their hands, it's pretty amazing. Another thing I know about millennials, they're greedy. They complain. I love them to death. My kids, holy cow, the smallest thing can get, drop them. I've got an answer for everybody in this room. Anybody raising millennials or friends with millennials, one thing you need to do. Anytime you hear any of them say anything because they can't get to something fast enough, just say, you know what, you don't know pain. You don't understand. Try just once in your life to drink powdered milk. Tell that, they're looking at you like, what? Powder? I'm like, oh, you better darn well bet it used to be powder. I said, I take that cup, I take the water, I take the powder, you mix it, and you stir for like 20 minutes, right? And you take a blender, you're like, and you mix it. And then even after all that, I tell them, then what you need to do is take that clump that just for some reason won't dissolve, move it to the side, and enjoy that fancy beverage, right? Right? Just tell them that. Say, you think you know pain, drink powdered milk. The other guy says, shut up. That's what it is, okay? Just a little tip from your Uncle John here. It works every time. Okay. Our bank, FDI insured bank, really amazing. Bank account. Everybody asks me, what does our bank have? I ask them that question back. What does your bank have? It's the same thing, right? FDIC insured bank. Except the difference is, now think about what we're doing really quickly here. We've accumulated banks. We're rolling these banks out. We need members to enter into those banks. Right? We need to increase their Tier 1 capital, all sorts of stuff. So when you look at what we're doing and you try to compare it to any other network marketing company out there, it's so unique and different. We need to incentivize people to join the banks. I've seen all sorts of different things, different gimmicks and strategies out there. Join our bank, receive $50 one time. We'll put $100 in your savings account. We'll do this, we'll do that. What we're doing is we're saying, okay, join our bank for free, get the debit card, get everything you want, the Rev card when it comes, the app before the Rev card, save money at hundreds of thousands of places. On top of that, when people use that account on the debit side, share fees with us. Is that better than any other bank bill you've ever heard? Yeah, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? It is quite remarkable, to be honest with you. So this is easy to do. Monroe, share me and 3 will go over all that stuff. Start on the next slide here. Here's my favorite part. What makes us different than everyone else? And even before I get into that, what I want to ask people, and I want to challenge all the members out there, all the prospects looking at this, if you're going to do this business, okay? Don't sign up one day and then just unplug the next. One thing, Ed, I'm going to give Ed Terranova a shout out because I love when he says this. Stay plugged in. Stay plugged in. Be prepared. I'm going to tell you a small story when I was a kid. That's so funny. Hopefully my mom's not listening today because for some reason she calls me after everyone in there. She says, John, will you tell people just one time that you did something good as a child. Everything's so sad and gloomy. I said, yeah, but Mom, the good stuff just isn't funny. So it just doesn't matter. So, but this was awesome. I was in high school. I took type. You guys take that class typing? And I was sitting there thinking, I'm never going to use this crap. I'm not going to. Who needs to learn to type, right? And now obviously I'm on a computer 24/7, but at the time I didn't realize that. So what I did, I'd go in there and I said, all right, we've got the final exam coming up. And I was pretty fast. I mean, I thought I was about 40 words a minute, but I'd look at the keys and sit there and I could just read quick and type and read and type. So I thought, all right, I'm going to go out, and I slept. Mom, I hope you're not listening. I slept and slept and slept, and I just showed up for the final exam. I was out playing football, basketball, I was doing all sorts of stuff. And I got in there all cocky because I said, if you get 35 words a minute, you pass. I thought, that is so cool. So I did not prepare. I thought I could just go in there and I can wing it. But here's the problem. Since I wasn't in class, I didn't realize when I went to take the final exam, you know what they did? You know what these little, they covered up the keys. There's a piece of paper, I couldn't look. Well, guess what? I had heard rumors of something called home run, but I didn't know where it was. I don't know what it was. And so I went in there unprepared. So I put my fingers underneath. I'm like, that teacher had a problem. There's a piece of paper. Oh, no, it's supposed to be there, John. I'm thinking, oh, crap. So here I am. I go typing. I can tell you the first time in history, I didn't even spell my name correctly. Nothing on that thing was right. The only thing I did recognize, big circle, big red circle with big F right in the middle of it. I did recognize that. That was pretty much the only thing that was tangible. So why? I didn't prepare. I thought I could just come and wing it. If you're going to go out and present an opportunity to somebody, prepare. If you're going to have discussions with people about how you're saving money, use the product for yourself. Gain your own testimonial of it. Prepare. Be ready for any conversation at any time. And go out there and become a charter member. Enroll for $30 to pay $38 a month so you can what? Have a bank account. Save on rewards, save on the travel, have the concierge services over here. I can tell you right now, the first week I was in this, I saved over $200 my first week. I spent $38. $200. Because I went to Goblin Valley, Utah, check out some sites, everything, saved $53 a night at a hotel, saved $10 on an oil change before I went to the hotel, saved on the pizza for my family. On the way back, we went, yes, I went to Denny's. Not talk about that too much. I went to Denny's, saved another $24 at Denny's. I was just saving money on top of money. And the thing that's amazing is, I spent $38. It's crazy. Then I started telling people about it. I started showing my savings, started sharing it, and guess what? I started making more money and more money and more money. Then our auto comes out, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm in the market for a vehicle. So I bought a truck, bought a Dodge Ram. Compared to where I typically shop, where I purchased my 7 previous vehicles, I saved about $4,700 on that. My daughter wrecked her car, saved $3,200 on that. It's almost $8,000 of savings. And you know what's so funny? Take the $8,000, then go to cell phones. I almost saved $140 with that, because right now we haven't quite switched over yet, but we still may. But $140, our mortgage, I checked that out. $390 less a month on our mortgage. Add all that up. How much am I spending? $38. Now here's what's amazing, and I know I can't say that now because I won't. I'm making a heck of a lot more than I'm saving. It's not even close. In an industry that I didn't even like before this was presented. I was a real estate appraiser. I would measure houses. I'd tell people your house is worth this. I get screamed at because it's not what they thought it was worth, even though they knew. I mean, they know better than me, and they're the ones that went to school, right? But I'd get chewed out every day and all that stuff, and it was fun. I mean, I made a great living for many, many years, built some really good companies. But you know what? I always knew I could do this, but I just didn't like it. Because I couldn't be that guy that looked somebody in the face and said, hey, you and you can make a bunch of money in this, when I knew it was really hard to do it. It was hard. Here's my MLM story. When I left 15, 16 years ago, I was in an organization for about 2 months. I was the 8th person in the company. Number 8. And it was a matrix at the time. And I brought about 73 people in my first 2 to 3 weeks and stuff. And I thought, man, I'm going too slow. I didn't realize that was pretty good. But, I thought, man, this sucks. I have to get how many thousands of people? I didn't realize how it worked because they can get people too. But I was just getting people out of people. So they advised me to be on the advisory board. So I go in there, and I'm this younger guy, and I'm sitting there explaining how I would do it in sales and all that kind of stuff. And I remember I'm sitting in this meeting, and we were asked, as my friend, his name is first name's Humble, he and I were asked to bring them a compensation plan that we thought was fair for the company, fair for the distributors. So we went out and we searched and looked at a lot of different plans. We brought them one. We brought them one we really liked. And I remember this conversation so well, almost like it was yesterday. The owner looked me in the eyes and said, I can't do this. I said, why not? He said, we don't want to pay out that much. And he point blank told me, he said, John, we're going to have a problem if we're paying out more than 3% of our people. We're going to have a problem. I said, what? He said, 3%? I said, yeah, we need to pay rent, we need to pay this. And he went over all the stuff, all the expenses. He said, we can't afford to pay more than 3%. Because we need these guys to be making money here. We need a couple top dogs. And he's explaining the whole thing. And I call it the ugly side of MLM. And I thought, that really stinks. So I actually got up and I walked right out the doors. I never went back. 15, 16 years later, here I am standing in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people online, explaining why I love network marketing again, because of our network. Because the question I always ask this is, where does the money come from? Where does the money come from? And it's easy. $38 a month will go through the compensation plan. Here in a minute. But $38 a month. We're going to show you the matrix. We're going to show you that $25 pays up, $13 goes to corporate. The math works. We're going to show you every time somebody saves money on a car, on a phone, on a mortgage, there's money going up the tree, there's money going something called a rev share pool. But the thing is, everybody can earn. You can be way down here at the bottom, you can earn. You can be way at the top, you can earn. You can be somewhere sidelined in the middle, you can earn. There is no 1%, there is no 3%. It's the first time ever that you can actually be invited to dinner in your neighborhood and go in there feeling safe. Because somebody can give you an opportunity where you can actually make money. Okay, I used to make a joke all the time. I used to tell my wife this all the time. I said, Pam, listen, somebody invites us to dinner. I am not committing until I see their garage opened up. I want to see those boxes in there. I want to see what it says on those boxes. And she was like, John, come on, you're being difficult. I said, no, I'm being economical. I'm being smart. I got kids' college funds. I got stuff like that. I can't afford to be roped into this auto ship, this kind of stuff, right? And then so you go there, you have dinner, you eat, you have a good time, and every stinking time, oh, check this out, look at this business, look at this business. I remember one time, we drove home, it wasn't too far, it was a couple miles, and I said, Pam, that had better been some damn good lasagna. She's like, why is that, Con? I said, because it just cost me $1,500 and $200 a month. I said, now I've got to go to Dawson, so you can't go to college this year. Why? I said, but I can give you a killer recipe, casserole with tater tots. I said, and if you're really good, I can tell you how to make Jell-O with slivers of carrots. Who does that? I can tell you, does that? People here in Utah do that. It's crazy. But maybe because they've gotten nuts because they're on auto ship. They're stuck selling overpriced product. That's what's going on. But with this, you don't have to do that. You're not selling anything. You're showing people how to save money. That's what you're doing. You save, you share, you get paid, they're happy, you're happy. Nobody has to get hurt. There is not that 1%, 3%, 90% holding the bag. Nobody has to get hurt. Everybody can save in this program. That's why I love it. If they're very skeptical, sign them up as a fan. Say, you know what? I know you don't believe it. You've got to see it first. I totally get it. You could be a fan. We all love fans, right? I love having fans. Okay? Everybody wants a fan. Become a fan. Sign up for free. Go save money. I talked to somebody just yesterday, actually, and he hadn't seen me in a few months, and I'm pulling up in this truck, and he's like, oh, where'd you get that truck? I said, oh, I'm glad you asked. I got it through rNetwork. He said, what's rNetwork? And I said, oh, Yeah, yeah. I said, well, it's a company where I used a concierge who went out and bought me this truck below retail. That's what he said. It's like, wait, excuse me? What? A concierge? What? I said, come on, guys, a concierge. We all know what a concierge is. Of course, I had no clue what one was. I didn't tell him that. Because it sounds fancy. I want to sound smart, right? So my concierge, I use my concierge to get a huge discount. Well, can I do that? I said, actually, you can. Let me show you how. Charter member. Like that. I didn't have to talk about the matrix. I didn't have to talk about the dollars. I didn't have to talk about any of that. He wanted a discount on a car, so I filled his need. Okay? If you find people who would like to save money on their phones, fill their need. Their mortgage, fill their need. Travel, fill their need. The best sales guys in the world know how to fill people's needs by listening and talking. The opportunity comes up almost daily to sign people up for this, either as a fan or a charter member. You just have to recognize what that is. You just got to jump on it. It's not too hard. Now here's what's really amazing. The main 3 guaranteed top-up. I love this thing. When I talk to people, I say, you know what? I am very happy. I'm having a blast. I'm building this business. I'm not doing appraisals anymore. And they're like, oh gosh, what are you doing? So I kind of explain the savings. And so like I go out and I save money and I get paid to help people save money. That's what I tell people I do for a living. Every time they ask, I save money and I get paid by helping people save. That's my answer every time. And I say, how do you do that? Then I start explaining the different concierges and different savings. And I said, hey, what would you like to save money on? Maybe we can help you. There you go. And then I said, and then I make a deal with them all the time. I say, listen, I will help you save money, but if I can help you save, I don't know, $50, $100, a couple $100 a month, if I can help you save this, would you be willing to look at this business with me? How would you like to do something with me if I can help you save? Like, okay, sounds fair enough. How much does it cost? I said, a whopping $38. But you know what? Let's help you save 50. Let's help you save 100. Let's help you save this. Then you don't worry about the $38. And the cool thing is, I said, then you go out and I'm going to help you get 3 other people in 30 days. And guess what? Even if you're not saving a whole lot this month, if you're not using it for whatever reason, even though you should, I said, but let's say you're not. I said, I can help you get your $38 back every single month just by helping 3 other people do what I'm helping you do. I'm going to help you save, you help them save. There's your $38 top up every single month. That is an easy, simple business plan. And that's how easy and simple these conversations can be. Don't complicate it. Don't complicate it. That is amazing. You help them, you treat them as your business partners, your best friends, bowling buddies, whatever you want to call it. You know what? If you're really smart, you'd enjoy some powdered milk with them. That would be amazing. If you can get 3 people to drink powdered milk, you can get 3 people to join our network. That I can promise you. That I can promise you. Okay, now let's squash the whole notion and believe that only the big guys at the top make money. May have been true before. It's not true with this. Why the global revenue bonus pool? The guys at the top are sharing revenue with the guys at the bottom. The guys on the sideline are sharing revenue with the guys sideline to them. How cool is that? Every time somebody takes advantage of this concierge services to save money, some money goes to the global rev share, some goes to the TBS upline. We'll explain that. And I believe Jeremy's going to talk about the comp plan later, more in detail, so I'll just kind of brush through it. But that money, again, ask yourself the question, where does the money come from? The money comes from savings, the contracts, the agreements we have with the different places. Some of that money is paid up in bonus structure, some is paid in the global revenue share. Can you imagine how cool it would be to lock arms with guys that have been in network marketing for 30 plus years that are building monster downlines, and they have hundreds of people, if not thousands of people saving on phones, saving on cars, saving on mortgages, saving on all sorts of things, and you're making commission on that because you have 3 people. You go get 3 people, even if it's not in your first 30 days, you share in the revenue bonus pool because you help 3 people do what? Save more than they paid. And you're locking arms and you're sharing revenue with your upline. That is amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, go ahead and clap. Yeah, go ahead. So by the raise of hands really quick, how many people in here in this room or charter members? Raise your hand. Okay. Keep them up if you've saved money. So almost all of you. Almost every single charter member in here has saved money. So I want to hear this answer loud. Am I making any of this up? Can you save money?
Yes.
Okay. Can you save a lot of money?
Yes.
Awesome. Do you earn while other people save?
Yes.
Absolutely you do. That is what is so amazing about our network. Okay? That, your old grandfather's MLM, that's gone. That's in the past. Okay? Right now, we're seeing where the world's headed, and we're getting there first. Global revenue share, 3B bonus, all amazing stuff. So, let's go out, talk about team bonus structure a little bit, and I'll wrap this up. How do we build our castle? You hear Rich all the time. He who builds no castles in the air, builds no castles anywhere. Richard, I hope you're listening because you'll be proud of me. It took me 20 minutes to remember that last time. So, I love this compensation plan. I think it's just amazing. 3x10 forced matrix team building structure with 10 tiers. Every time you bring somebody in, you help them save money, you open a tier. Tier 1 is 3 across. Tier 2 is 9, 27, 81, 243, all the way down 729, 2,159. Yeah, I remember this stuff. I have to remember this stuff. Why? Because I'm prepared. I'm not going to fail my type class. I'm prepared. Every time you bring somebody in, you unlock a tier. I bring one person in, anybody that falls into my first line, I make $2 a month. Taking off $2 a month, not a lot. But again, you get 3 people in 30 days, you're being topped off. You're getting the $38 back. Right? Then you're saving money. What if you save $100 a month, a couple $100 a month? Who cares about the $38? Then it just becomes fun at that point. You bring number 2 in, you open up another tier. Anybody that comes in that second tier, you're making money on them. All the way down 10 tiers. Now here's all the vocabulary, all this terminology I had to learn to get back into network marketing a year and a half or so ago. Reiki and all that kind of stuff. What about breakage? What about this? For all you pros out there, I'm being paid on over 100 levels deep, and I've had that much breakage. 0 breakage so far. Why? Dynamic compression. Take an imaginary line. Say you have 3 across. 1, 2, 3. Take the line, draw it down. If 10 people underneath me don't all have 10 people, guess what? I'm being paid on tier 11, tier 12, tier 13, 14, 15, all the way down. Okay? That's what's so cool about it. The system will ask you a question. Are you qualified? Yes. Do you have at least one person in your personal enrolled network? Yes. Okay, pay them in. Are you qualified? Yes. Do you have 2 people? No. Skip them and wait until you find someone with 2 and then pay them. So you're going to get paid on numerous levels. Now add in the revenue bonus share, the pool, add in the top off bonus, add in the savings. Is this a good deal? Let's hear it. Is this a good deal? Yeah. It's a great deal, isn't it? It's an amazing deal. Okay. Does this sound like your typical auto ship company with a product that you have to sell above retail? No, it doesn't, because that's not what it is. That's why I'm here. That's probably why most people are in this room are here. Okay. Get paid on debit swipes. Again, once the card is issued, even before the card, once the app is issued, that's attached to a plastic card, you'll get paid on the swipes. Once the network's big enough, the metal card will come. Why? Because of leverage. People ask me, when is that metal card going to come? And I said, you know what you should focus on? When are you going to go out there and build your network so we can bring you this card? That's what you need to focus on. Because the more people we have, the more leverage we have, the better deals we get, the better cost we'll have to manufacture the card, the better deals we're going to get on the card. We want to launch that thing and just take off. But we want a big enough network. There's a reason we launched 8 months in a pre-launch before we did a regular launch. Why? Building the network. We want to launch with a large network and get you the best deals we can get you. We're leveraging the people to put the money back into your pockets and give you bigger savings. That's what we're doing, and guess what? It's working. Our room's full today. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of people listening online. We have meetings like this all the time. They're full. This thing is growing like crazy. In a pre-launch, people are getting paid every single week, and I love it. People always give me an excuse. Well, I want to wait for this. I want to wait for that. I want to wait for the card to come out. I want to wait for that. While I'm driving my discounted truck, get my discounted meal, going to the bank to pick up the money I was paid from people saving money. Every week I'm getting paid. People are making excuses on cash and checks. That's what's happened. Why wait? Why wait? And ask yourself this question too. If I'm in front of something this powerful and this amazing, why in the world would I wait? The bigger your network, think about it. When they pull that card out to swipe it, and people see the card, especially the millennials, and after they, overcome the nightmares of drinking their powdered milk and all that crap like that, they come to a couple weeks later, they're swiping that card. You know what happens? People are going to see that card. Now imagine this. You want to be the person that waits till the card comes out and you have 0 people in your organization because you waited. So the only person swiping is you. So you're behind the 8 ball. You're behind everybody. Or do you want to have an organization where you have 100 people, maybe a couple thousand people? They're out there swiping on day 1. How fast will your organization grow if you have 1,000 people swiping on day 1 versus 1 or 2 people swiping on day 1? Exponentially, exactly. That's what you need to ask yourself. That's why you shouldn't wait. Stop waiting. We can build a massive organization now while we're doing this. And again, the bigger we get, the better it gets. So when that card does come out, the savings will be better, it'll be bigger, it'll grow faster. It's to help you. We're trying to help you. Listen to what we're telling you, because I'm telling you, this thing is amazing. And let's talk about support real quick. We got amazing support on this thing. We got Dave over here who's phenomenal. Okay, give it up for Dave. Give him a nice. Absolutely. On our rise up, our world, our this, our that, our everything is amazing. Okay, right? I mean, it's amazing. In fact, after this, let's all go to RVs. We do this for RVs. We should. Maybe we do. I think we actually do. But anyway, it'd be amazing. And then put your RV's testimonials on there. Roast beef sandwich, whatever. Put it up there on our world, right? But it's just amazing, guys, because the support, we have phone calls Monday through Thursday, events on Saturdays, okay? I tell bad jokes, but guess what? He tells worse jokes. It's amazing. It works. It works, right? It works, okay? We have exceptional leaders that have been in the business that have made money, and better yet, they actually give a darn about you. They care about your success. I tease Jeremy and we don't talk much, but when we do, we're always like, and I always bring it up, he never does because he's so nice. I always bring up the friendly competition. I don't think he even knows we're having a competition. In my mind, we are, but he's so darn nice. It's like, what? We all win and we all build. And I believe that, but I love that because, you know what? That's how all of us think in here. Because the bigger it gets, the better it gets. We don't care. I'm taking calls from his people. He's taking calls from my people. We've answered. We don't even know who we're talking to half the time, to be honest with you. But we take the calls. We do it because we care. We want the little guy to finally, it's about darn time to succeed. So our support is amazing. It's amazing in here. Last thought. I'll turn it back to, I believe, Dave, right? Awesome. If you lose yourself in the betterment of others, you actually give a darn about other people, their feelings, their everything, it will work. If you don't, if it's all about you, it won't work. Okay? If you sit on your hands on this one and wait, it won't work. And if you don't work, it won't work. Whatever you put into this, I say this all the time, if you give half the effort, expect less than half the results. In anything you do. And I want to challenge everybody in this room and everybody listening online. I bring it up all the time. If you are not our network, it won't work. What does that mean? When people see me now, it's amazing. Just in the last few months, they see my mug online. I was approaching in the store the other day. Aren't you that guy from our network? Oh, thank you. I'm just trying by myself. But it's amazing. Why? Because I'm out there. I talk about it all the time. I am our network. I challenge everybody to become our network. And what I mean by that is lose yourself in this. It's a blast. It is a lot of fun. And if you do it, I promise you, the results they'll just take off. Because that's what happens. This is what's happened for me. The guy who hated MLM now absolutely loves this because of our network. They've taken it and they've flipped it right on its head for all of us because they care about the others. Everybody in this organization, top to bottom. They've lost their lives in the betterment of others. They actually give a darn, and because of that, that's why we're seeing this grow. Everybody, thank you so much for coming this morning. I love you all. I know Dave does. I know Linda does. I know Terry, Jeremy, we all do. This is a blast, and we will talk to you next time. Thank you so much.
First of all, just for you guys to know, on a personal level, if you shave your head and you go around town, people actually recognize you as the guy on Facebook or in our network. That's why they thought that it was me when they saw him. No, it's funny. I was actually yes, Linda. Yes, actually, come on up. I was actually went to get some lunch the other day over by BYU. You guys BYU fans? Oh yeah. All right, I'll be a fan then today. So, but I was over by BYU and I was picking up a Greek, the Greek wagon that's over there. You guys see that? And I'm up in the window on the motor, and she goes, "I know you." She did say this, truly. "I know you," and I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Because I had this shirt on," and she says, "And I know rNetwork." And I said, "How do you know rNetwork?" And she says, "Because I'm in it." Okay, I'll watch this now. So yes. Okay, so let's do a drawing real quick, and then I've got a couple things I'll just share with you guys. Jokes? No jokes. Not very funny. So, okay. So what are we giving away?
A gift card.
We're giving away a gift card. Awesome. It looks like a $3 card. We're giving away $25. So everybody got your tickets? Okay. Last digits. Anybody? Well, actually, anybody with 347, stand up. Awesome. Okay, everybody stand up. That's good. Okay, last three digits. Go ahead and stand because I'll read the numbers, and when I read the numbers, you're going to sit down. So if you don't have that number, you sit down. All right, here we go. Everybody standing. Here we go. Stretching. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. Three numbers here. 0, 8, 7. Happy fight over who gets the stick. That's awesome. Congratulations. All right. Are we doing another one, or is that it? Oh, okay. Okay, so I just want to take 2 minutes, real quick, maybe 3. I've got a few people in here I know for a fact. I know a lot of you all raise your hands that you've saved money already. So if you've saved money in any of our concierge services, please stand.
What was the question?
The concierge service. And then what I'll do, if you don't mind, can I get a couple of volunteers just for our internet people? Come right up here and actually share your story and how much you saved, what you saved on. Jack, you want to do it?
I'm on Levi's.
Okay, Levi, come on up. Give it up for Levi. It's awesome to have the owner of Levi's here.
All right.
So Levi, take a couple minutes, just tell everybody how much you saved and what you saved on.
Okay, so I did our mobile program a couple of weeks ago. Before I was paying $445 a month with 6 phones. Okay, so with our mobile, I added a phone, so now we have 7 lines. Got 6 new phones actually, brand new iPhone 11s, and our bill went from $445 to $183.
Whoa.
So, getting a $500 gift card as well on top of that. So pretty incredible. Yeah.
You guys? Did you guys say?
Yeah.
Well, of course you did. Come on. Give it up for Wayne.
My story is not quite as impressive as Levi's, but we did get 4 new cell phones, all for $0 a month for 18 months, 800, the S10, and we got iPhone 10Rs. 0 for all the 4 new phones, and then went from $135 a month down to, I think it's like $107 a month on our monthly bill. and 4 new phones, and we get $400. So this is awesome.
Allie, she's got an awesome story, so come on up, Allie.
It says, hello, gorgeous.
Yes, we can do this with you.
Hello, gorgeous. iPhone 11.
Look at the light. There we go.
All right, we were spending $440 a month for 8 lines, and now we're at $225. And we still haven't sold. We had i10s. We're phone nerds. So we're going to sell those suckers and make some another $1,000. And your smart son told us to get an i7, and so we found them online. And now I have a connection if you need one. So keep your i10 so you can sell them for more money. And for $150 you can get an i7. So I'm really in a discount. So
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Congratulations. Way cool. So we're saving money big time, you guys. And the most important part to understand about what we're doing here at our network is we are just in the beginning stages. We haven't even really got to the next level yet. And honestly, guys, with what I just sat in a meeting this last week with the creators at our mobile, I'll just leave it at that. And we've got some exciting things that we're working on with these guys. It's incredible. And they didn't realize that we were going to save literally over almost $16,000 in savings for individuals as quick as we did. $16,000 is what we saved so far just in our network, just on mobile. That's not including the mortgages. That's not including the R auto. That's not including the RVs or any of those things. Okay. And by the way, if we don't have our RVs, we actually, I know for a fact, have our purple turtle. Sure. So I've been there. So what I'm trying to say is we're just in the beginning stages, and we have such an incredible opportunity to take this to the world and change people's lives on such a different level than what you can imagine. See, it's not just about the savings. It's also about the little dollars that we'll put in people's pockets around the world, and even just here in our backyard. My sister being one of them, who's in a wheelchair, who cannot go out and build a business traditionally than what she can do in her network that she has in her phone. See, I love when Richard says, look, scroll in your phone and find your network. Guys, if you love the people that are in your network, in your phone, you've already got your network. Because you're going to see and hear our new video here very shortly. We just finally got the recording of it done. And I'm not playing it for you today, so don't ask. I'm just kidding. But we got the recording. And what's awesome is that as I was listening to it like 5 times last night, I was realizing of what we're really doing. When I think about it, I just want you to picture this, and I want to give it back to John because he does such an amazing job presenting. So give it up for John. All I want to do is make sure that we all understand what we're doing. Okay? So think about this for a minute. All of you pull out your phones right now. And I want a few volunteers, if you would, out loud, state how many contacts are in your phone. Just raise your hand if you want to say it. And that would be you guys now. So anyway, yeah.
245.
Okay, so 245.
2,985.
So 2,900 contacts.
I think it's over 800 actually.
Okay, over 800. 3433. Guys, just understand something that we're going into a $1 billion industry. $1 billion industry just with one of our concierge services, not including the other $1 billion industries of our other services. And we've got more coming. Now, here's what I want you to understand. How many are on Facebook right now? Okay, so the majority of the room's on Facebook. Instagram? Okay, Twitter? Okay, got a few of them. LinkedIn? Okay, awesome. So here's what I'm talking about. Your social networks are on your phone, in your social media, and you have the contacts available to share savings. You're not selling anything. Change the mindset from selling to sharing. That's all we're doing is sharing savings. The FAN program is designed right now for you to share savings with every single person you know. Now, I will tell you, I can't tell you what my feed looks like in my messenger box from you folks. Not just you, all around the world, that are telling me that people had signed up for a FAN and then immediately after saved money, they converted into a charter member. You understand that's how that program works. And so what's really cool about what we're doing is we're sharing savings. And your network exists in the palm of your hand in two facets. One, your contact list. Two, your social media. So, how do we do this? Very simple. Open your mouth. Care about the other people. And if we care about the other people, guess what's going to happen? They're going to immediately want to save money in one aspect of that. And we have, I'm just telling you, I won't tell you what we have on coming in November, but what we do have coming in November is going to knock your socks off.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish you guys. That's awesome. I loved your video the other day, by the way. So, did you guys see the witch video the other day? It's incredible. I love it. I absolutely love it. So thank you for that. It was so much fun. It was very humorous, actually. What's that? Oh, they're just yeah. They have. I wish you guys could see. You got socks. They got socks. We're knocking their socks off, and they got their lays on their necks. They got Lane here and Lee off. Come here. We got a show online. So if you guys saw it, we actually said jump on the bus, right? Jump on the bus, and so she's taking it to the new level, jumping on the bus. So we're going to take a break in a second, but I just wanted to have you see this. How awesome is Terry? Oh, I love it. So, hey, guys, thanks so much for coming. Understand the vision of where we're going. The bigger we get, the better it gets. And for those naysayers, this is for the naysayers. Nobody in here is a naysayer, but for those naysayers, let me just set you straight. I'm a kid from Ephraim, Utah. My word is my bond. I have met the banks personally. Personally sat across the table from the bankers. So let me help you understand for the naysayers. We're freaking going to take this to the world, and everybody in here is going to make a ton of money. This isn't a joke. I just want that to be clear. We are just getting started, and we're on our way to an amazing, amazing journey into the future. And we need you guys to help us build this network so we can do that. Thanks for coming, you guys. And then we're going to do some training right after. See, she's the mother. Tell me, there's no break. Okay. Just kidding. So, okay. So, first of all, we've got some trainers that are going to share some things with you guys today. Okay. And first of all, what I want you to understand is we have an incredible support system with all the leaders that are in this room and the leaders that are not in this room. We have leaders across the country that have amazing talents and the ability to help you and train you, but we've got some of the very best of the best right here in the MLM cabinet of the world, right here in our backyard. And I absolutely am excited to be able to have you go through and get some training done. So if you would like to come on, I didn't know we're breaking. We're not breaking. We're not breaking. Okay. All right. So come on up, and I'm going to have you. Rick Voss is his name. This guy is a legend. In this industry. He is a legend. Not only just in this industry. I don't know your total history, Rick, but I do know one thing. The guy understands exactly how to build this. So listen to what he has to say, and get your notepad out. get ready to take some notes. Get ready? Video.
Yes, I'm actually taking it right off. It just blind. I'm going to be quick because we are running behind, and I apologize. If you want a lot of what I said, go on Facebook on our Rise Up. It's on there. I did a lot of this training on Thursday night. Went and did even more than what I'm going to be able to have time to do today because we just got so many speakers and so much going on. But just a little quick background about me. I've been involved in, I did my first real true network marketing business. I started 34 years ago. And it was an interesting thing how that happened because I was just like John. I did not want anything at all to do with network marketing. I was very anti-network marketing. I grew up in Evanston, Wyoming. You think Ephraim's? I grew up in Evanston, Wyoming. So I'm a Wyoming guy I was the guy that sat in the back of the room at high school. I didn't talk out. I wasn't an athlete. I didn't do anything like that. I wasn't outgoing. But what happened was in 1985, my brother-in-law walked into my house, and he knew that I had a need. Listen to this. You need to find the need that people have. It's a need, want, or desire before people will get involved in business with you. Because emotion is not very long-lasting. If somebody gets excited about the idea one day, they can get unexcited the next, unless they have a need. My brother-in-law walked into my house. He told me he was bringing this great business. I looked at him and I said, forget it. And he said, just give me 5 minutes, sit down, shut up, and if you're not interested, I'll never talk to you ever again. Oh. I'm bigger than he was, so I thought. So I said, you got 5 minutes. And he sat down, he explained how there was a team of people that was going to help me get out of my financial situation because I was in big trouble. I looked at him. I said, what does it cost to get in? He said, $150. I reached over, grabbed my checkbook, pulled out, wrote a check out, handed to him, and said, don't cash that till Friday. Okay? He found my need, and that's what you need to do when you're going out and talking to people with our network. You need to find the need that people have. A good example of one of the needs that I found just recently is just after the company launched. I was traveling up to Montana. I had a 9-hour drive to go up. I've been involved with another company, and I was going through a training up in Montana, and I went and got a massage, and I had a brand new massage therapist. Never been to the gal before, didn't even know who she was, anything. But in that 50 minutes of time together, I found out that she was single, been married twice, had 2 children, lost a house, could only work about 3 to 4 days a week because her arm worked so bad, her wrist hurt so bad that she couldn't do the massage therapy all the time, and that she didn't make enough money. While I was laying on the table getting the best massage I've ever had in my life. When I got all done, as I was getting ready to pay her, she turned and she said, I'm so sorry. You found out everything about me, but I didn't ask you what you do for a living. And I said, I teach people how to make money. She said, what? I said, I teach people how to make money. And she said, well, how do you do that? I pulled my cell phone out, I handed it to her and said, put your name and phone number in my cell phone. I'll send you a video. How many of you seen the little Venmo video that Jeremy did? How many of you seen that video? No, it was a 3-minute video. You have not seen that video, you need to get a hold of somebody upline that has that video.
If I have your email, I'll send it to you.
Okay. That is your secret weapon to just giving people an idea of what we just did up here on the screen. 3 minutes long. I just said, I'll send you a little 3-minute video. After you watch it, we'll get together and see what you like best about it. Key thing, like best about it. Not what do you think. We want to know what they like best about the video. Okay? I sent her that video. I got in my car, went and picked up my business partner, drove up to Missoula, Montana, did my meeting, came back, went for my massage on Tuesday because I had to get all the wrinkles out of me after driving for 18 hours. I walk in the door, and she looks at me, she says, whatever it is, I'm in. She didn't even know what it was. I'm in. She's got 15 people in her team. I mean, it's just that simple, but I learned to talk from a guy who didn't talk to anybody. I learned simply how to talk to people. And one of the things that I had to do is I had to change. When my friend John and the Bibees, they know this story rather well. We've known the Vikings for a long time. We're in the same business together 35 years ago. But the interesting, when my friend John found me, I had long hair, I had a beard, it was wintertime, I was a contractor, and he taught me how to change. He said, if you want to attract people, you have to get to the point that you're attractable. But people will want to be around you. And he gave me a cassette tape, long time ago cassette tape, and it was a guy named Bill Britt. And he said, man, if you're not willing to change the way you are, stay broke. I went home, I shaved, I cut my hair, put on some nicer clothes. And what I decided I wanted to do is I wanted to be attractable to people. I wanted to get to the point that people would want to be around me. That's all it was. It was very simple. One last quick short story before I leave, because we've got a lot of people on deck here, but another good example of how I recruited somebody just recently. I have a cabinet company. I have vehicles that are wrapped with the vinyl wraps that have my company on it and all that kind of stuff. And I went and bought a new little Kia Soul, went into my gal that does my wrapping for me, named Linda. And I went in Linda's and she measured all up, got all ready to go. And as I looked at her, I said, Linda, I said, do you get cash back on your debit card? And she said, well, yeah. And she got an employee named Zach. I said, you get cash back off of Zach's debit card. And she went, what? I said, you get cash back off of Zach's debit card. She says, no. I said, if you could, would it be a good deal? She went, well, yeah. And she said, what are you talking about? I said, I had the company phone. I didn't have her cell phone. I said, what's your cell phone number? I'll add it in my contacts. I'll send you a video. Put her contact in there, walked out the door, sent her that little video. Came back 3 days later to pick my car up. I walked in, same exact word. Whatever it is, I'm in. Okay? The fact is that people are looking. People want something better in their life, but they just don't know where to go. They don't know how to get it. And you have to realize that you have to find their need again. I knew Linda was trying to sell her business. I knew that she's 67 years old. I knew that she's getting tired doing what she's doing. I knew her need, so it was simple to help her get started in her business. And I can go on and tell you a story after. Matter of fact, every person that I personally enrolled, I can tell you every story about that person and how I already knew their need before I walked in. And I like to do face-to-face stuff. I know there's Facebook things, and there's all sorts of stuff, and texting and whatnot, but I'm a face-to-face kind of guy because I think it just works really well. Sometimes if you know the person really well, I think I just call Roger on the phone. He said, well, sign me up. And that's what it is, because you need to find those needs and go out and do that. But you can do it. Anybody can do this. Be relatable. How do you become relatable? Go out and buy yourself, or go on Audible, or go to YouTube and find a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Start there. Change. Get better. You can make it, and you can have a huge, huge business. It will make all the difference in the world. Thanks.
Let me just tell you how powerful that is. First of all, coming from somebody who's I have a lot of respect for, just because of the business that they were in for many, many years. And I'm very, very familiar with that business, Mandy Haugen. So that I was involved with for many years. And I just tell you something right now, you guys. We couldn't have the best trainers in the world sitting right here in front of us, in my opinion, because they come from one of the toughest businesses, I think, that anybody ever did in history. And that's to sell soap and toilet paper. Think about it. I know it sounds bad because it's easy. Like you think, well, by the way, I was one of those grass people. I did actually have that. So anyway, that's a side. So that's stupid. So who else do we have in train? I don't even know. Sorry.
Terry.
Oh, Terry. Yes, I do know that actually. You're mic'd up and ready to go. So, all right. So none other than Terry who is going to actually go through and share with us some really cool stuff and train you on business tools. All right. Awesome. So come on up, Terry. Give it up for Terry.
Thank you. I really love this business. I love coming and seeing all you guys and feeling your energy, and it's a lot of fun. If you're not having a good time, why are you doing it? Have fun with it. I love that John cracks a lot of jokes. I gotta be more if I am not. But business tools that you have. First of all, your first tool is your sponsor. Who enrolled you? Use them as your tool. Go to them. Have them get you connected. Join they have to actually add you to Facebook groups. Get them to do that for you. Hold them responsible to help you out. Lean on them for three-way calls. I don't think we're talking about that much today, so I'll just touch on that. You can do a three-way call right from the gate, because you can say, I don't know a lot about it, but my sponsor does. Let's get on a three-way call and answer your questions. Then you immediately turn it to them, and they can help you, even though you don't know anything from the start. You can get going. So that sponsor is critical to help you. You can also do that online with a three-way chat on Messenger. You add your sponsor, let them know, I'm adding you to this chat, add the prospect who's looking, and say, hey, this guy knows all the answers, ask your questions to him. So there's a couple different ways to use your leaders, but get plugged in. Facebook. Who is not on Facebook? Okay, that's good. Only 2 people. And I was not on Facebook for 24 years until I got into this industry. And I knew that I needed to get connected. So I joined Facebook, and you can use this as a powerful tool in your business. And we have a couple of groups that you need to know about, Our World and Our Rise Up. And we just recently changed the name to Our Network, Our World, or Our Network, Our Rise Up. So you can search it either way. But you need to be added to these groups. So get your sponsor to add you if you haven't. And join Facebook, if not just for this business, if that's all you're going to do, so you can stay connected. But if you're not on Facebook, there are some websites I'll tell you about. And our network, so just so you know the difference between these. Our World is prospecting. You add prospects to that group so that they can see the third-party validation of all the savings that are happening, people achieving me in 3, 10 in the pen, any lifestyle things that are going on with you, any give back things that you're doing. That's the things you post in that group. Nothing else. You don't post inspirational quotes. You don't post questions. Nothing on that group except savings, lifestyle, give back, and what's the other one? I always forget. Recognition. So someone in your team achieves me in 3, put their picture, say congratulations if they achieved me in 3, or congratulations they received 10 in the pen. And then Our Rise Up, that is the training group. Go on there. There's units you can go through, get trained, tell your people to get on there, go through those units, get trained. We have our trainers that go on there almost every day. There's somebody on there training. Our Network Corporate, just go on that page, click the like button, and receive the messages from corporate. And they will send everything that's going on to your phone, and you'll be notified that day of what's happening and how you can connect in that. And then there's team pages. So individual teams have their own groups. Make sure you're connected to your team. So figure out who your upline sponsors are, whoever has that team. I know Jeremy has his own team, John has his own team, Linda has her own team. So figure out which team you're on and make sure you're connected to the team as well. YouTube, search Our Network. They have their own channel. Websites, of course, your replicated website. You need to get to know it. Get in your back office. Go through all of the savings and try to get as many savings as you can so that you have that testimony. John can talk about a car. I haven't gotten a car yet. He can talk about a mortgage. I haven't gotten a mortgage yet. But I have done the phones, and I can talk about that. I can talk about all of the local offers. I've used all of those. So get familiarized with everything that's available so you have a testimony of that. The field guide. This is a publicist site. This is on Our Rise Up and our rNetwork.live. rNetwork.live is a website anyone can go to. So the 2 guys in here that aren't on Facebook, you can go to this and still get the training. And this is where you can see get on all the calls Monday through Thursday. There's a 2 p.m. call for corporate every Monday. Get on that. That's rNetwork.live. You click on those and listen. And then the intros are done Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So go on there. There's a calendar on there right now. If you go under the Super Saturday, it'll pull up the calendar tab. Click that, and you can see what's going on wherever it's happening. So we encourage everyone to get on there and put, or contact someone who has the ability to put something on the calendar, to get your event on the calendar so people can connect wherever they are across the world with something that's going on. And we are growing so much that you will see more and more and more things that will be available to people. And then another just general website is getarevcard.com. That has the video on there, a little bit about our creators. So anybody can use that site. It's not connected to any one person. So connect with your local meetings and your events. And I really want to encourage people to do everything that's duplicatable. So when you use your upline and you get on three-way calls and you do these kind of things and teach your people, that's something everyone can do and everything can duplicate. So if you're the kind of person that says, I'm just going to go out and buy 10,000 leads and I'm going to set this whole system over here and I'm going to, that's not duplicatable. That's great for you, but it's not something that every single person can do. So you need to do something that's duplicatable. And, I've seen leaders that won't do anything unless it's duplicatable. So three-way calls are duplicatable. Getting them plugged into these resources is duplicatable. I think there's anything else I wanted to say about that, but it comes down to the very simple basics and doing it over and over and over again. All of you here, once you've decided I'm doing this, make that decision, plant your roots, and run with this business. It's really that simple. And you're gonna go through ups and downs. Don't get emotionally attached to any one thing that happens. Yay, this person signed up. Oh, they said no. Oh, they did that. And you're like, emotionally, you can't be like that. Raise your hand if you've ever started your own business. Okay, a lot of people. So all of you guys know how hard it is to do your own business. Not network marketing, but just a business. You have to get your own company name out there in the eyes of people. You have to do all this stuff just to be seen as a little guy. Hey, I'm here. Please come to my business. It is hard. No matter what business that you're in, your own business is hard. And so the people that stick in there with their business, work hard, it will pay off. So even though our investment is so low, only $38 a month, it's easy to say, oh, well, got hard. Oh, well, I paid $38. Nobody listened to me and be done. But how powerful it is that you can get into something for $38 and stick in there and say, this is my business and I'm building this or bust. and you will see, as you do the income earning activities every day, you will see it grow. So thank you.
Actually done the agenda. So good. Huh? You want to do one real quick? Okay, let's do it. We're going to do a quick drawing, and then we'll move right into the next thing, which is going to be with Mr. Jeremy Jenkins. He's going to go over the, are you covering all the compensation, or just?
I'm just going to do some highlights.
Oh, some highlights. Okay.
We don't have enough time. We could stay here until 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Let's give up the tip, shall we? All right, let's keep moving. All right, we got to rock and roll. Here we go. Ready? 1, 0.
Hands free.
1. Right on. You got to do the happy dance or something. Come on down.
There we go.
Congratulations, Randy. $25. Thank you. Awesome. Nice. Okay, let's give it up for Mr. Jeremy Jenkins.
Woo.
He is our master member. Get the mic. So when I get the mic, I'll tell a joke. No, I won't. Okay, he's ready to go.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so first thing, thanks for everybody for coming. Comp plan, really the key thing, right? Because I believe that all of us are here because, number one, yes, we like to save money, but at the end of the day, we're here because we want to make money, right? And that's the key thing. So the comp plan is the engine, right? It's what makes it all work, makes it all possible. And comp plans are designed with really one thing, it's to drive behavior. okay? So just keep that in mind. When comp plans are designed, kind of like what John was saying, when he went in with that company owner and they wanted him to make the comp plan so it only paid out 3%, right? That's typical. That's typical in network marketing where companies try and manipulate the comp plan so that it will pay out to the company better, right? And the term that they use for that is something called breakage, okay? They like to have a lot of breakage in their comp plans so that all the money flows to the company and they make it harder for us as distributors or representatives to actually make money, right? What I love about the comp plan we have here at our network is that Richard Smith, the designer, him and Troy Muhlstein together come up with this comp plan over the last several years, and they flipped that on its head. They've actually designed their comp plan so that it benefits all of us first and not the company. So in the very first place, we should all be very grateful for that, and I want to give a round of applause for Richard. So our comp plan, some of the behaviors, I just want to point them out. And actually, just before I get into that, another quick analogy that we like to use with comp plans is that since they can be complicated, right? There's a lot of moving parts and pieces to them and everything. Some people can get frustrated, right? Some people are, that comp plan, I don't get it. And the analogy I like to give is, you know what? It doesn't matter if you don't understand the comp plan completely because it's just like driving a car. If you have a car, right, you don't need to know how the carburetor works and how the spark plugs go and how the fuel injectors do their thing. We don't have to know any of that stuff. All we need to know is the basics, right? We just need to know, you go in, you put in your key, there's an ignition that turns it on, right? And then from there, you got to make sure there's some fuel, right, some gas in the tank. Then you need to know the brakes and the gas pedal and the steering. That's about all you need to know, right? You need to turn signal side. So there's some basic things that we need to know, but we don't need to know the full engine, right, how it all works, okay? So if you're not a comp plan expert and you don't completely get it, that's okay, right? At the end of the day, with our presentation, really there's just some key components that we need to understand that if we can understand those and explain those, then we can just move forward and know we're going to get paid, right? That's what matters. We're just going to get paid, okay? So the very first thing we need to understand is the mean 3 bonus, right? That is typical Richard Smith. If you look back at anything he's done, the idea is that we want to be able to get in profit as quickly as possible, right? So because, and I'll just, anybody that's ever done any kind of network marketing before, you'll know what I'm talking about. The first company I ever really did, truly, I was in that company for 5 years, and even after 5 years, I was still not breaking even. I was still spending more than I was getting, right? So my commission checks would come every month, right? And I was so excited about them because I thought, yeah, this is great, because I was told that it was going to be a good 5 to 10 year trajectory, right? That it was going to take me 5 to 10 years to build up a whole business and actually make decent money. And then I would be able to retire early and I wouldn't have to do the 40-year plan and all that, right? That's what I was taught. So I thought, okay, this is normal, right? Going 5 years, just, buying my products every single month, and my check, my first check was like $14, and then it kind of slowly went up, and $20, $28, right? So on and so forth. Over 5 years, I was barely making around $80 a month, and my auto ship was around 100, right? So it's like, oh, when I finally realized, wait a second, there's a better way out there, it was amazing to me. So that's what I love. So our mean 3 bonus, right? Basically, we're spending how much? $38. And if we have 3 people in our business, then we're making how much? $38. We are now breaking even, right? We are now making at least what we're spending. And then on top of that, with the savings and everything else, my goodness, why would we not want to be part of this? It's amazing, right? The number one problem that companies have is a word called attrition. Attrition is the opposite of retention, right? Retention means you keep the people. The people come in and they stick around. And that's what we want. We want people to stick around. Well, it makes it super easy for people to stick around if they are breaking even, right? They're making more than they spend, okay? So that's pretty awesome. So first component we need to understand and tell everybody, guys, we have something called the Me in 3 bonus or the Me in 3 guarantee, and it is awesome because it means that you're gonna make at least what you're spending, and all you gotta do is get, that's it. Cool. Okay, so that's the first concept, right? Second concept that's super important to understand, because what's the next goal? Is to get your 10 in the pen, right? So we got Me in 3, and we want to get 10 in the pen. Why is that significant? Okay, so 10 in the pen, right? What does that do? Our comp plan is so different from any other comp plan out there, right? You know that because what is it? It's a 3 by 10 matrix, right? Or a 3 by 10. It's not really a true matrix though. And that's going to be the last thing we'll talk about. So if we're here and then we build it out, right? So we have 3 people here, and then we know we've got to get 10 to unlock each of the tiers, okay? So here's tier 1, 2, 3, all the way down to tier 10, right? We have to personally enroll 10 people, right? And each person we enroll unlocks one of those tiers, right? All the way down. So once we have 10 in the pen, which is our personal enrollment network, that's our direct people, right? Our frontline people. Then that will unlock each of those 10 tiers, and now we are fully tier qualified, okay? Fully compensation qualified. Now, that's significant because it's different from any other comp plan out there. Any other comp plan on the planet is going to be based on volume, right? Sales volume. So if you're in a unilevel or you're in a binary or some of those things, it's based on volume, right? It's based on the sales, and it puts points in there, or if you have a certain amount of volume, it'll unlock certain tiers, or you hit certain ranks, right? And you're going to get certain levels unlocked and things. Well, sometimes, so it's driving sales, right? That's what we're talking about. The whole concept is to drive behavior, okay? So the neat thing about what we're doing is because we don't talk about sales. We're not talking about percentages. We're not talking about auto ships and stuff like that, right? So we don't have to do it that way. Ours is completely different. Our concept is it's a monthly membership, right? $38 a month, and we're making money when people save money, okay? Now there's going to be some really cool things like I know that they're working on, hey, how much are we going to get paid from when somebody buys a car in our autos, right? Or how much are we going to make when somebody switches their cell phone service, right? And actually, not just from the global pool, but in the team building structure, right? How much of that's going to pay up each level? When somebody swipes their card, obviously, there's going to be that 1% that gets paid out and goes up the tree, right? So there's a lot of ways to make money, and it's just very simply divided by 10. But the key thing is, we're not talking about sales. We're not, right? All we're talking about is saving people money. And the neat thing about this is that in any other kind of comp plan, whether it's unilevel or binary or whatever, the behavior that gets driven is a selfish behavior, in my opinion. Because what happens is every single package that gets sold in other companies, right, has usually some kind of a fast start bonus attached to it, right, or some kind of direct bonus. And so what happens is the motivation or the driving behavior is that you want to get as many direct people as possible. So you have great big leaders out there that are really good at bringing in the masses, right, bringing in the numbers, but what happens? They keep them all for themselves, right? Do you think about that? Oh, okay, I'm going to personally enroll everybody that I come in contact with because I'm going to get that fast start bonus, right? That's how they do it. And so do you think there's any incentive for me if I know that if I'm going to sell a $1,000 package that I'm going to get a $500 bonus, that I would give that away to somebody? There's no way, right? There's no way I'm going to give that away. But here at our network, do we have any fast start bonuses? Do we have anything that drives our behavior towards saying, oh, no, I want to enroll them all for me? Maybe the first 10, right? Your first 10 people, yes, there's that incentive to unlock your tiers. But by doing so, what are we doing? We're actually creating something called spillover, right? Yeah. So as we build and we put in 10 people, we actually get to place those people. So number 4 would go over here, right? Number 5, number 6. So we're creating spillover. We're helping our teams. And then after we have 10, and maybe we'll want to get 11 or 12 just kind of as a backup, right? But after that, is there any incentive at all to want to keep enrolling personally our people? Ego. Ego, right? That's it. It's the only reason. The only reason at all. Because what's the third philosophy? Lose your life in the betterment of others. So I, as a leader, now I'll admit, I've got 15 people in my pen. Okay, I've got 15. But and I know there's others I've seen that have hundreds, right? And I think to myself, why would you do that? Why would you personally enroll 100 people? That's not going to help your team. There's no incentive for that. Why not say, oh, I've got a 16th or a 17th or a 20th person that I'm talking to. I'm going to give those people away. Why? Why? Because I want to help my 10 people I got get 10 themselves, right? Because if they get 10 themselves, now they're going to stick around. Now we're going to have that retention, right? We're going to have people that are happy. They're making money. They're going to stick with you. They're going to be excited. They're never going to go away. So the driving behavior of this comp plan is to help your team, right? And it's not been officially announced or anything, but you guys should have probably heard from way back in the beginning this concept of, hey, you know what? We've got founder, right? We've got our rank of founder where you got 10 people. Well, there's always been this rumor out there from Richard about what if you got 10 people and helped them get their 10? What would you be, right? And we had this, it was announced way back in May. We talked about a rank called the ambassador rank, right? So you guys are going to start hearing some rumblings, right? I hope Dave's not going to shoot me now. We're talking about that. But yeah, that's Richard, okay? And it's not official, definitely. Wait for official announcements by all means. But that concept has not gone away, okay? That whole concept of being able to say, hey, I've got 10 who got 10, that's powerful because now you're helping other people, right? And so, yeah, you guys are going to hear about that. Principle. Yeah, it's the principle, exactly. So, there's going to be incentive for that, right? There will be incentive for helping your team versus keeping it all to yourself, okay? Now, the last thing I want to talk about, just real quick, as clarification, because I still get this question all the time, right, is the idea of what is a team building structure and how it works, because so people always ask me, well, Jeremy, if there's all these people coming in, right, I hear about, hundreds of people signing up and all these things, how come I'm not getting any spillover, right? So here's what we do need to understand, right, a really, really important concept. Is that each individual in our comp plan has their own 3x10 team building structure, okay? So let's assume, right, that here's the top, right, top of the tree, right? So here's John Johnson, here's Jeremy Jenkins, right? Here's our other master member, right? And then, we know that people are down here doing their thing. So all of a sudden we hear about hundreds of people coming in, okay? Well, how come that's not helping me? How come I'm not getting spillover from that? Well, it might be because over here, John Johnson enrolled some superstar over in Vietnam, right? Vietnam dude. And Vietnam dude is putting in hundreds of thousands of people, right? Well, guess what? All those hundreds of thousands of people are over there. They're on this side. They're on a different leg, right? So it's not that when 100,000 people come in, they're coming in from the top and it's spilling in across the whole company evenly. No, right? It's because that Vietnam dude now has 100,000 people in his league. Now that benefits John Johnson and this person, but it doesn't benefit any of the rest of us as far as the team building structure goes. Now it will benefit us with the rev share bonus, right? So let's put it up for that. That's awesome, okay? So that's the other really cool thing is these guys put this whole thing together to say, yeah, okay, maybe you're not getting all the spillover, right? Maybe, Linda has a team that's going to come in with a gazillion people, and that's not going to help John Johnson's team because it's over here, right? But what it does do with our rev share bonus is we now get a piece of all of that, the whole company wide. Okay, does that make sense? So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that's a lot clearer now. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Dave for announcements.
Jeremy. That's awesome, man. So, and it is important to understand the comp plan because you need to know how you're going to get paid. So, right? And that wasn't very funny either, I guess. So let's get started here on a few things, and I'll be quick, guys. So I just want to kind of highlight a couple things before a couple announcements. So first of all, I want to talk to you just briefly about branding. It's really, really critical that we get you all on board with this because it's going to get out of hand if we don't do it now. And that is that anybody on Facebook that you have a page, you have a group, you have your own personal profile, I need you to change the name of it if you have rNetwork in it. rNetwork, Rev card, you have the picture of the Rev card in it, any of that type of stuff, take it out. And the reason for that is that if branding changes or people are confused and think that your page is corporate, that creates a lot of problems, especially as this gets bigger. I'm covering the negative one first. What's that? Thank you. And the bank, yeah, and extremely important when the bank starts coming on, because we just have to have this cleaned up now. And so if you do have a Facebook group, please do that. I know John Johnson and Jeremy both have actually already implemented it into their groups. And so it's very important that we do that because we want to keep the branding clear. And that came straight from the creators. So we had a meeting the other day and we talked about it. We actually had somebody who was not regularly on Facebook and search rNetwork, and it'd blow you away on how many rNetworks there were. So, so if you're online and you're listening to this, I need you to please help us out with that messaging through the field. All right, enough of the negative. Let's go to the positive.
Yeah.
Positive is we have calls for those that are new and taking a look at this for the first time. We do opportunity calls every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And they're at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for everybody that's out there. That would be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I get complained about that. I don't talk about Eastern. So anyway, Monday through Thursday, every single night. And we do that to support you so that you can bring your prospects to listen to the overview of the opportunity. So it's pretty cool. The other call that we have every week is on Monday, and that's my call that we do from corporate, and I usually will have a guest on there, and sometimes it's Richard, our president, or sometimes, and this time I think I'm going to end up having another special guest that you have not heard from for quite some time. So you might want to tune in on this particular Monday call if you can get there. It's at 2 o'clock. Mountain Standard Time. I know it's hard for some people at their work and what have you, but we do record them and we do put them up on our SoundCloud location so you can listen to it. Okay, so there's nothing to see, so you can just listen to it. Does that make sense? You don't want to see my face anyway, so. All right.
What's the SoundCloud location?
It is SoundCloud/rNetwork. And it is on our Facebook page. And by the way, this is one of the new announcements too that I wanted to kind of mention to you. We're working really hard right now with the website and our current website. We're actually going to make it look like we should make it look like. And it's really super exciting what we're doing with it. We're going to make it very awesome and sexy and exciting. But also what's going to be there is we're going to be doing a blog that will be keeping you up to speed of everything that's going on constantly. And so it'll be right there at the site. You don't need to search other places for it. Which is really nice. We're also working on, and also a location in there is resources. So if you do want a logo for business cards, you want it for a car, sticker, whatever, we're going to have that in the resource section where you can download a high resolution PNG file that will do that. And that's all underway as we speak. Okay? Yes?
Is there a phone number you call in for the 2 p.m. meeting?
Yes, there is. In fact, I send it out on an email, and you'll get an email tonight or on Monday also to remind of all the calls, and the phone number is on the email. So make sure if you're not getting the emails that you let me know, and you might want to double check your spam file, just because sometimes it goes there. but it should be coming through fine. We've been doing it now for a few weeks. So turn the screen back on. Give you guys a sneak peek. That's okay.
Yeah.
Does that just blow you away with the calls, or? Saturday. Hurry up. Just put up real quick. So on Monday, you will be witnessing our new sign up process.
Cool.
You guys know what it is to hear about yet, right? So I'll just stand over here and talk about it. I know the people online can't see me, but I'm assuming they can see the screen, so that's great.
There's a lot of them clapping online.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. So this is really exciting, guys. So we actually will be sending out an email on Monday with this attached to the email. So you will, now this is going to be our new process of things. So you'll get it through email. There's always a button on the email to go learn more that will then take you to the blog, or will take you to a PDF, or take you to something. Okay, so just know that we're really trying to communicate to the field the best we can to start to get this put into place. So here's what it is. The new sign-up process is very simple. So your new charter member or fan no longer has to verify their email. That's great. Wow. All right. I guess that's been a problem for you guys.
No.
Levi, this should really get you excited. So you've been asking me about it, and I've just been holding out on it. So anyway, so the new sign-up process is really cool, you guys. So basically what's going to happen is they'll come in, they'll select which way they want to go, they fill out the form. Remember how you always do it? The next form that comes up is to complete the rest of the form without going to get your email. Cool. Okay, that really takes away a lot of issues, right? We all know kind of some of the issues we're dealing with that. So we fill out the form, hit submit, we go right to payment.
Yes.
So skipping everything else, they go to payment, they confirm the payment, and then they get this pop up right here. And by the way, on the screen here, you can't really see it very well, probably, maybe you can. They can click right here too to go right in and log in. So what's cool about it is that then they'll get a letter. This is the registration letter. The link does expire. We need to make sure they understand this. The link will expire to go back into the back office, but all that means is that they would just have to go to rNetwork.io and just hit login and log in with the password they set up. Okay, it'll prompt them immediately to give us a new password. To set up the password, because they have not done it at this point yet. Does that make sense? Awaiting confusion. So the cool part about this, you guys, is I think you're gonna see a lot of eliminating people, having issues and things like that. And by the way, the processor is also starting to
Gotta be positive. We're going to see massive volume.
Massive volume. I know, because you've been telling me, like, get this done so I can start knowing people. I'm just kidding. He's got a picture. All right, then you're going to get, they all are going to get a welcome email. Super, super excited. We rewrote the email. It was actually written to deliver to them a quick start. All right, so this is really important. You direct your people to the welcome email. You'll all get this so that you'll actually see what it says. We're going to send it out to everybody. And then it actually is quite long, but it does talk about the V&3 bonus. It talks about some of the other things that are happening. It has the rNetwork.live site that's a link that takes them right to the site where they can go and get on the calls. The Our World and Our Rise Up are links also to take them directly to the Facebook page. So this is eliminating a lot of headache as long as they go through this and figure it out. So that's kind of what you're seeing there. Our whole formula is built around the three and D step, right? That's the whole deal. So that's it on that. All right. That's super exciting, by the way. Yes, Linda.
Okay, do we have soap operas with like other than Gmail's really fast, but Hotmail?
Well, the bottom line is if you are on Hotmail, you need to probably transfer over to Google. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't know. All I know is if you're on Hotmail, you probably need to get out of that age and move to the Google side. And same thing, if you're with Android, you need to move to iPhone. My son would be mad at me. So I'm just kidding. Actually, it's actually I wish I had the Android at the same time as I had the iPhone because there's two things that I like, one or the other.
This is on Monday live, right?
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. So Monday, this is going to go live. You will receive an email with this information, and so you know what the letter says and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
We have a few inactive members.
Okay.
So like work, do they sign up the same way here, or are they going to sign up?
They're just all they do. Just so you know, on inactives, all they have to do, you guys, is go in and just attempt to log in, and when they do that, it's going to prompt them to re-update their information. Yep. And we've had, honestly, I get the reports every day. We're getting literally hundreds of people reactivating things that are people that are reacting or re-upping their information. So they're starting to see the vision of the company a little bit more, and I think hopefully the vision's clear of where we're going, and that's our message to you is that we're trying to deliver that clear vision of what we have, that we don't sell anything, that we share savings, that we are going to be onboarding into the bank, and as we onboard into the bank, and all that kind of stuff. So the card is not gone bye-bye. I just want that to be clear. Everybody feels that some people have felt that we've kind of like not talked about it. I just want you to understand is why talk about something we don't have, first of all. And second of all is, and just this is good for people that or might be listening, is that if you have a company that you want to do this card for, this account, that you want to use that as a payroll system, I really wouldn't talk to business right now. You have nothing to show them. And we are going to, and this is part of my goal for you, is to have a package that you can literally hand to a business owner, a video, documents, information that explains it so that you don't have to sell it. Does that make sense? So let us help you. I have 9 weeks to get that done. I'm on it. I don't sleep anyway. They will. Yeah, they go to everybody. Yep. And then just know that we have on the 6th of November, we're going to be announcing some enhancements. I wish I could tell you, but it's super exciting. You guys are going to love us for this. Picture this it's November 6th is our deadline. Is it a Wednesday? Thank you for telling me that. I didn't know that. But that is the date. That is our deadline to have it done. Everything tested, proven, done. You will never see us again. Mark my words, because I sat in the meeting when the creators were in that meeting, and we've made it very clear we will not roll anything out unless it goes through a checklist. All right? So we're going to make you proud about that is our goal. All right? So we're trying to make you proud.
We're scheduling that meeting for November 7th.
On Thursday in Provo.
Oh, you're doing a meeting, you mean?
Well,
The announcement's coming from corporate, not from a meeting. It's going to be online.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're saying you have a meeting the next day.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Oh, okay. So there is another local meeting on that following day, Thursday, which they have every week. Sorry, I misunderstood you. So on Wednesday will be the actual announcement from corporate. We'll do it from a Zoom. I'll send an email with a link where everybody will get it. You can pop in on the Zoom and listen to the announcements. Okay? It's really exciting. Hopefully we have all the creators there. This has something to do with your socks, so pull them off. So can I have your commitment on something, though? Get this out to your team. Let them know that there's exciting things happening on November 6th. And I promise you guys that you're not going to be let down. I promise you you're not.
do we have a time that will be so that we can get our overseas people on board?
You know what? I will put out, once I have an absolute from everybody, I'll put an email out to let you know so you can promote it. We'll get it out ahead of time enough that you can promote, okay? Next Super Saturday, Linda?
Remember the day? We were just going to do it on November 7th.
Oh,
That's not a Saturday.
okay.
That's not a Saturday.
It's not a Saturday.
So
It'll be a
we were
super
thinking,
Thursday.
because of Thanksgiving and everything,
Yeah.
we were just thinking of having a big down in Provo on November 6th and call it good for this. Is that okay?
6 or 7?
7th, Thursday.
So just don't get confused that the announcement will be on the 6th.
Yeah.
Right.
What they're talking about is they want to, they have their meeting, but you're talking about, are we doing the hoedown in November or December?
November.
Oh,
We're
November.
having a,
At the office, we're gonna have a shindig.
yeah, and then we're having a Christmas party
It's not,
on
everybody's
December
invited,
5th.
yeah. What's that?
A Christmas party on December 5th down in Provo.
Oh, okay, that's where,
Time for the meeting.
we'll get it out to you.
So is there a Super Saturday in November?
No.
No.
Okay.
Because your
Thank you.
schedule's
Clarify.
kind of crazy.
Just try to clarify, make sure we all know what we're doing.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, the holidays are tough, you guys. Everybody's got family parties and things, but I will tell you that this announcement that we are rolling out on the 6th is going to give you some momentum to carry you to our launch. And if it doesn't, then I don't know what to do to help you. Because this is flat out the best absolute announcement to date since I've been involved that this company is going to roll out. It'll be extremely clear. All marketing material is being done. It's actually almost completed. New video to go with it. We even have product videos we're working on, where you have individual product videos. We have several things happening, so I don't want to leak anything. So here's what I'm going to tell you. It's the only thing I'm going to give you out of the announcement we're going to be making, and we'll end this meeting. If you don't have your 3, you need to go get your 3. I'm just telling you that if you're struggling with it, then sign up some fans and they'll convert. I promise you they will. Because when we announce what we're going to announce, it's going to knock your socks off. So, I just, yes, they will. And just so you know, just clarifying on some on fans, because I know this question's been out there, I want to make sure everybody's aware of it. Your fans are not lost. We see them in the back office. We know you can't, and we understand that. There's a reason that your fans for one day were showing and the next they weren't, is because it was going into the 10 and the 10, and we don't want it to be confusing. So we have been programming a new section in the back office that's for fans. So just understand that that's what's happening, and so we had to turn it off so you don't see that, right? So just understand that.
Question, I
Yeah.
had a couple people ask me, where are the banks going to be located?
Right in your palm of your hand.
Yeah.
Best answer I have. We have a banker kind of guy in the room right now. I could answer that, have him answer it, but he's not going to. I'm just messing with you. No, it's in the palm of your hand, literally. And just leave it at that for now. Guys, just understand any type of this type of merger, I don't want to call it merger. You know what I'm saying? Like this type of acquisition, we can't talk anything about it. Like unfortunately, and we just have to keep it clean because we don't want something to go south on us because somebody spills out something that's not true. Understand that, and that's what we're trying to do. And so, in answer to your question, it's in the palm of your hand. It will be in the palm of your hand, and we'll be announcing that shortly. So,
But to know that Richard is he literally lives by the third principle. We can all feel confident that in that non-talked about world, we're going to be blessed.
yeah,
Ridiculously, I'm sure.
absolutely. With that said, because I'll just take off of that right there and we'll end, is that the culture we're creating here at our network is absolutely, bar none, like I told you, service mentality. That's the culture we want to create. there is no charter member left behind. You understand that? When we talk about the mean three, the 10 and the 10, you should be helping those people get there. Your obligation, this is Troy Mulestein said this. He said this to me straight up. He said, Dave, if we're concerned about a mean three and a 10 and a 10, then shouldn't we be concerned as the individual who brought those people in to make sure they get their 10 and a 10 and their mean three? I mean, that's easy concept, right? But here's the culture you have to create for yourself. Is have that servant mentality to understand that you're going to do whatever it takes to help that individual get their mean three. At least help them get to that point. That means that if you've got 20, 30, 40, 50 people, I mean, I know leaders right now that are giving people away to make sure people get their three. I know there's leaders like that. This business is different than any network marketing company I've ever seen in the sense that you can give away somebody and it doesn't feel disrespectful to the person you're giving it away to. It doesn't. It supports them. It helps them. And let me tell you something. As soon as they start making money and they get paid every month, guess what's going to happen? They ignite. They ignite. And then all of a sudden their energy, their excitement, their passion comes out, and guess what? Or the minute that a fan saves $200 on their cell phone, guess what happens? They can't shut up. They can't. And so the whole concept of where we're going with this is to help people understand that we are just saving people money, not selling anything. I love the fact that I don't have a cupboard full of products. I still have XX vitamins. Today, I mean, in reality, I do. I have them. And I will tell you that it will happen. This is so different than anything we've ever seen in the fact, some younger people are double that. But I will tell you that you don't have to worry about that. All you got to do is share savings and help people save money everywhere across the board. Wait till you see the services we're adding here shortly. Holy crap. I will tell you what Richard told me to say. It's going to knock your socks off. I expect everybody to have a pair of socks next time. So I will tell you that our next service, or one of our services, I'll share this with you because it's been finalized. I'll share this one thing with you, is our Pet RX. Get freaking fired up about the Pet RX. I'm telling you, how many of you have a dog, cat, mouse, whatever? Okay, good. Guess what? They all get sick. They all have issues. I spent $950 on my 2 Shih Tzus just because he ate my chocolate. I had to go get a stomach pump. Well, guess what? They had to give him medication. And guess what I got? If I had had my pet card, I would have got a discount off of what I was doing. Well, how about a human? How many times do you go to the doctor and get a prescription? How many of your friends and family go and get prescriptions? How many of you are on prescriptions? You don't have to raise your hand. On prescriptions right now. What if you say, don't do that, John. God bless you. So the bottom line is, you guys, what we have coming is to save you more money and to help you promote this that much more. So share savings. Stop selling. Stop trying to convert people from the first conversation. I absolutely believe it's a relationship business. If you can't build a relationship with somebody within a short amount of time, which you can, you do it naturally and don't even know you're probably doing it. You do it at church. You talk to somebody at church, and guess what? The minute you've seen, this comes from Richard, the minute you go see an amazing movie, what do? You go back to work and you tell everybody about the movie. You don't tell all the details, but you want to go see it. Well, that's what we're asking you to do, is share the savings. Right? Go to Facebook and copy somebody's, in our world, go copy one of the savings on cell phones if you want to share it with somebody. Copy it, hold your finger, paste it into a text, and send it to a friend and say, this just happened in my business. You follow me? How awesome is that? We got thousands of them, you guys. And wait till you see our new website we're going to be coming out with. You guys have no idea. We finally got our pants on, our shirts on. We actually know what we're doing at corporate. It's amazing, and the socks are off. And we are wanting you to get on the bus and start riding with us. So, all right, let's do the last drive real quick. We'll get you out of here. I'll stay around if anybody has any questions or whatever. And I know I will not tell you what we're launching. Let's set that straight. Okay. Don't do that to me. Okay, here's the number. Last 3 digits. 1. Let's have some fun with this one. Everybody stand up. Okay, so here's the 3 numbers. 3 numbers are 1. If you have it, stay standing. 0. Stay standing. 7. No?
It's a 9. Really? Look at it again.
Okay, let's do that again. I'll just read it. You guys are getting your exercise today. Okay, 0, 9, 9. Awesome. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for coming. See you later. See you online. Thank you for tuning in.